Hi, welcome to TA Desk Onboarding. So in this video, we are going to look at how to set up your TA Desk workspace and how to onboard your users. TA Desk is a holiday code creator for travel agencies. If you're watching this video, you probably would have already signed up your workspace with TA Desk. And in this particular video, there's going to be two parts. The first part is for admin, how to set up your TA Desk workspace, and in the second part, how to onboard your users, how your users should be onboarding, basically how to set up their profile and how to create holiday codes and how it works. All right, let's get to it. Right, the first part of this video, as I mentioned before, is for admins, how to set up your workspace. There are a few things that we are going to look at. The first one is the basic setup. The second one is the advanced setup. Once you sign up your profile, you would be essentially setting up your workspace and then inviting the users. Once you're done with it, you will get your tech person from your team to do the rest, which is the advanced setup. That includes setting up custom domains. Custom domains meaning the domain from which the codes can be accessed. It will be something like codes.exploretravel.co.uk. Setting up email. Email is basically if you are once a code is created to send it to your passengers, you would want to use your own domain email domains. Example, codes@exploretravel.co.uk. So you will be setting up your SMTP details in TA Desk workspace. The third one is setting up Trustpilot. If you have a Trustpilot profile, then you can set up Trustpilot widgets to be added in your code. And the last part is the code footer. This is very optional. If you want to add a custom footer to your codes, then you can do so. Let's quickly look at setting up your workspace. So once you're logged in, once you're signed up, you will be landed in this dashboard where the data might be looking empty in your screen at the first time. You will click on your username on the left hand side bottom corner, and then you will click on manage workspace. In that manage workspace, you will go to workspace settings. Here, make sure that you enter your brand name, the website, the logo, the brand color, country and time zone. And once you're done with that basic workspace setting, it has been completed. Next part is to invite your users, your travel agents. You will click on manage users and then click on invite user, enter their email address and select the role and send invite. If you have created the workspace, you probably are the owner of the workspace. You can just select agent and send invitation to the rest of your team. Your users will receive an email to accept an invitation, where once they click on the link, they will be entering their data like first name, last name, and they will set their password and then they will enter the workspace. So this concludes the basic setup of your workspace. The next part is advanced settings. This part requires a technical person from your team to do the configuration. First part is codes domain. You will click on codes domain and then select your codes custom domain, something like codes.exploretravel.co.uk. Once you set up that, you will receive DNS settings which you have to configure in your domain name DNS server. And once you have completed that, you will get a message saying you have successfully set up your custom domain. This is important for you to have the codes under your domain. Next part is Trustpilot. You will click on add preset and then you will enter a label, and then from your Trustpilot account you will get the business ID as well as template ID, and then you will load them to TA Desk workspace. If you have questions on this, you can always reach out to us and we'll be able to assist you. Ideally, if your website has a Trustpilot widget, your developers will be able to find the business unit ID and template ID. Next part is email configuration. So as I mentioned before, to send emails directly from TA Desk about codes, you'll have to configure your SMTP servers. uh, your IT manager or IT person would be having these details. Make sure to have a very common email address, something like quotes at exploretravel.co.uk or something similar. Next part is if you want to configure quote footer. When I say quote footer, let me quickly show you an example what I mean by that is. So under the quotes that you create, you can set up a footer something like that, which would have the company phone number, email address, ATOL IDs, ATOL numbers, and external links to your website. You could have a comprehensive footer like this, or a very small one, or nothing at all, right? This is optional. If you want to configure this, then you will enter the quote footer section and then add the HTML CSS for it. Your developers can fully customize it if they want, but we have actually set up few templates. A simple brand footer, minimal clean footer, comprehensive travel footer, few templates for you to play around with. You can select one of them, and once you select one of them, it will be loaded in this section where you will have to replace certain labels, for example tagline, company description, phone number. You'll have to pre-fill this, and then you will click on save change. So once you make save changes, it will be displayed in your holiday quotes. If you don't want a holiday quote, so if you don't want a footer on your holiday quotes, then you can just leave this boxes empty. Right, now let's take a look at how to onboard users, or how to onboard as a user. So we will quickly explain you how to create quotes and how to set up your profile, and then what you should be doing when you are inside the workspace. So in a TA Desk, the only concept that you need to remember is how a quote creation works. It's quite straightforward. Basically, you will create a customer record, and then you will create an inquiry for that customer, and then you will create a quote for that inquiry. Remember, all quotes are associated with an inquiry, and each and every inquiry is associated with a customer. Now, once you are onboarded, once you receive the invitation link, and once you have signed up and set up your password, you will land in a dashboard something similar to this, where your inquiries and quotes will be empty. Not a problem. So the first thing that you'll have to do once you are in is set up your profile. You'll click on your profile name and then click on my profile. You will have to fill in these details first. To do this, you will click on update profile and then enter your details here, including description and a bio. So these details will be available in the quotes for your customers. Make sure that you upload an avatar as well. This could be an AI generated avatar, or it could be your brand logo if you don't have one. Make sure to put your available days and available hours, as well as phone number, because phone number will be available as a button as well. So you will save changes once you're happy with your profile. Now we are going to look at how to create a holiday quote from scratch. First, you will add a customer record. Let's say Steve Jobs, and the email is steve@apple.com, right? And then if you want optional, email and mobile number both are actually optional. Here in this form, only first name is required, the rest of this field are optional. Then you will click on save customer. Once the customer record is saved, the profile will automatically open up. Here you can see for this particular customer we don't have any inquiries or quotes yet. So first let's go ahead and add a quote, add an inquiry. I'll click on add icon, and then I will add basic inquiry details. Remember, in this form also most of these fields are optional, but try to fill in as much as details as possible. For instance, let's say passenger is going to depart on 14th and return back on say 26th, and there's only 2 adults, and maybe they are interested in a city tour. They will be booking this week, and inquiry type let's say it's web, category is city break. Inter budget is, let's say, £1,000. All of these are optional, right? Notes becomes very handy if you want to, just add some notes from your conversation, and then you will click on save inquiry. Once an inquiry is saved, the inquiry record will be automatically created. You can add comments as notes as comments here if you want, and then you will click on add quote to start creating a quote. Quote creation can be done through three different methods. You can start with a PNR, a flight PNR, or you can clone an existing quote, or you can enter manually. So for this example, I am just going to go ahead and add a PNR for, let's say, $2, and then I'm going to start building a quote. It might take few seconds because in the background it's going to use AI to generate images as well as description. For example, here the quote basic is created with from the PNR. It has identified it's a Dubai flight, and the duration is 6 nights. A departure and the number of passengers are automatically added, as well as an introduction about this holiday package is also automatically added. The itinerary is automatically added here. Now you can start building quotes here. You can add multiple different types of itineraries, from flight, hotel, cruise, car hire, transfer, attraction, excursion, rail as well. So I'm going to go ahead and add a hotel. Let's say hotel name, I'm going to add, let's say, Sheraton Dubai. Yeah. Once you select the hotel details and the website will be automatically picked up. I just need to add the room type, bed and breakfast is, and check-in date. Let's say it's going to be on 23rd November. Check-in time, I'll pick a time. If I want the images are also automatically added. If I want a description added, then I can click on AI generate and then click on generate overview. That will basically add a small description about the hotel. If I want, I can go and add emojis to this description as well. If I want to manually add images, I can drag and drop images here. As you can see, the image is added on top, and then I'll click on save changes. So the hotel details will be presented to the customer, something similar to this. I can add other excursions like cruise, transfers, car hire, attraction, etc. And once I'm happy, once I add these itinerary blocks, I can rearrange them if I want, right? And then if I want to edit a particular block, I can click on edit, and the details you can edit them. For example, if you want to add baggage elements, you can do that as well. If you don't want it, you can go ahead and click on remove them. And then once you are happy with the itinerary, then you will go on to add some content blocks. All right. For example, here in this case, I'm going to add a pricing option. I'm going to call it standard package. Let's say it's going to be £1,000 discount. Let's say £50. It's a summer sale. I'm going to call this discount a summer sale. Deposit amount, let's say £200. Interest free payment 6. Deposit due date. If I want a balance due date, I can add them, and then I can click on save changes. Then it will automatically show, hey, the original price is 1,050, summer sale is 50, the final price is £1,000. And then on the right hand side, I can add maybe a destination summary. Let's say I'm going to add Dubai, about Dubai. So when I select Dubai, it will automatically generate these details for me with an image. Then I'll add these, and these information would be helpful to your customer. And then I'll add an agent data. If I want a custom message, I can add them. If not, I can just escape it, and my profile will be visible there. And let's say if I want to add Trustpilot reviews, I can go ahead and add them. Then if you want, you can do other things. If you want to, you can also have call to action block. You can customize this text if you want, or you can just keep it as it is. So it will show a block something like this, where it will show a call to action block for your customers. Could be like continue booking, when would you like to pay the deposit, and proceed with booking, like getting confirmation about the booking. Or if they want to make changes in the itinerary, they can click on request amendments and they can provide feedback. After that, if you, of course, you can add other type of content like notes, like other custom content, and then you can also add map summaries, resources like YouTube videos, ebooks, and inclusion sections. I would invite you to go ahead and add each and every different types of content block and try what it is and how you can actually utilize them. You can add content blocks over here as well, just above the itinerary, or you can just add at the end, right? It could be a two column, or it could be a single column section as well. For example, if I go and add inclusion sections here, what's included, I'll say flights, right? London to Dubai, right? And then let's say add included hotels, and I will say let's say full board, right? I can add different items to this. Once you add them, it will be automatically arranged and formatted for your customer like this. So we basically have created an itinerary, a code from scratch, and it's just a matter of clicks. Once you're happy with the customer, you can then send the code to the customer via an email by clicking on send code. Remember, your workspace manager should have set up SMTP details to send the code via an email. Or you can click on share code, where you can share this link via, let's say, Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp or whatever it is. If you want to just preview the code that you have created, you can click on preview, and it will look just the way how your customers would be seeing it. So you basically have now figured out how to create codes, right? So you go ahead and create few codes just to get the hang of creating codes. There are two things. So if you're watching this by this time, I believe one of my team members would have already created few sample codes for your inspirations, right? So you actually can clone the codes and then try editing it. For example, adding code, I'll click on clone code. Usually it would be the code number would be like either 1 2 3 or 4 5 6. It's going to be 4 5 6 for most of the people. So I will click on 4. I will type in 4, and then let's say there's going to be a bunch of a code will be selected. You can preview it if you want. You will see the codes that is created over there. Or let's say if it's going to be the 5th code ID, I'll type in 5, and it will say the Dubai dazzling delights, right? Or let's say I'm just going to, in this case, I'm going to click on maybe 1, and then I will click on select, and then I'll start building code. What this will do is it will create a code, a duplicate code from the original code that we have created, and you can go through them to get some inspiration. For example, in this code we have added YouTube links, so you can change this if you want. There's trip highlights that is added, and then there's a bunch of itineraries, and then what's included section, package checklist, travel tips, how can you pay section, an ebook, right? So you can get inspired from this. There are multiple codes that has been already created for you. Go ahead and clone them and check them out. Let's say if your customer has actually seen the code, on top you will see something called code view logs, and here you will be able to see what the customer, how many times the customer has seen this code and from where they have seen the code. So you exactly know if the customer has seen the sent code or not, right? Feel free to, as I mentioned before, feel free to see the example codes that we would have created. You can clone them and actually preview them, and then play around with it. If you do have any suggestions, we are always welcome. You can always email us, and we'll be waiting for your feedbacks.